About 2 weeks after looters damaged stores and restaurants in Old Town Scottsdale and broke into Scottsdale Fashion Square, the mall is now back open. However, some stores are still boarded up today. And we heard from Scottsdale Mayor Jim Lane, who estimates about 30 arrests have been made since that destructive night.
Not anticipating the kind of attack that took place. It seemed to be a one-targeted issue, and of course that is disturbing to the community. And of course the threats that came upon the people and the community that followed that were on almost a terrorist type of line.
And as we mentioned, the mall is back open, but is operating under shortened hours and is asking shoppers to follow CDC guidelines such as physical distancing.